Hey everyone, thank you for watching. Today's video I'm excited to do because I'm finally back with a makeup monthly. Ah yes, I have not posted one of these videos since June, and they're called Makeup Monthly because I usually post them monthly. If you guys are new to this series, this is where I typically post every month of my favorites, my fails, and the products that I thought were just okay. I cover a lot in this video. I review a lot of different products that I've been testing out. I also do a creator shout out in this video, and I do have some book reviews at the end. I like to review some of my favorite books that I've read recently. I have 3 book reviews that I need to catch you guys up on, so we definitely have a lot to cover in today's video. I did want to say that I just finished filming some different looks on this look right here for Instagram. I have an eye tutorial, I have a face tutorial, and I also have a lip tutorial coming. I do link all of the products that I'm wearing on my face in my description box, so you can always check there, or these looks will be going up on my Instagram shortly, which is March Beauty Word. So if you like the makeup monthlies and you want the series to come back on a more monthly regular basis, make sure to give this one a thumbs up. I hope that you will subscribe, and let's go ahead and get started. Alright, so first off, I'm going to start off in the fail category. I have a couple different products here. I have 3 to talk about this month. The first one is a lip product. This is actually from the brand Billie. So this is their, I would say that they're most well known for their razors. I got a Billie subscription a couple months ago, and I've been trying out some of their products. I got the razors, of course. I got this lip product. I got like their dry shampoo. It's like a powdered dry shampoo. So a few different things that I'm trying out from the brand, and I'm really liking everything so far, except for this lip balm. I did not like this at all. I'm very particular about my lip balms, which might sound kind of strange, but I am. I started using this in the morning. I always use a lip balm in the morning at the end of my skincare routine. Usually I use the Kopari Lip Glossy. I've been trying out the ColourPop lip balm, I think it's just called. I don't know, I think it's just called a lip balm because I ran out of my Kopari. I just repurchased that. And also at night I use the Laneige lip sleeping mask, but I was like, well, I'll try this out in the morning and see what I think of it. And it's just a clear balm. Again, I just like to have a little bit of like moisture on my lips and all, but this really does nothing. It didn't do anything. Like, it felt nice as I was applying it. I was like, ooh, it feels soft. And then it's like I rubbed my lips together and I was like, did I put anything on? Did I accidentally put this on my eyebrows? Like, I was like, where did I put this lip balm? And so I like put it on again and rubbed my lips, and it was like it was gone. I was like, okay. So not really one that I can recommend because it just doesn't stay on your lips. So could be a no for me. All right, also I have a mascara. I'm super bummed that I didn't like this one. This is from Karity. This is their Bold Mood Mascara. This one was sent over to me in PR. I've been having a great time testing out new mascaras. It feels like there are so many new ones right now. I have a new one on my eyes today from Nars. There's a lot of new mascaras going on. This one I was excited to test out. I do like products from Karity Cosmetics, and when they sent this over, I pulled out the wand. I was like, oh yeah, this is gonna give me, you know, bold lashes, like big fat lashes. It's gonna be fun. I was a little bit surprised at like how thick the wand is and how not really much happened for my lashes. They didn't really seem bolder or bigger or longer or any of the things. So that to me definitely, I wouldn't recommend it for that. It really didn't do much as a mascara. I feel like there's a lot of really good mascaras coming out right now that I would recommend more. But also I got like an eye irritation from this. I do have pretty sensitive eyes, and certain products just can irritate my eyes. I remember the L'Oreal Telescopic when I was first getting on YouTube. Carly Bible was wearing it, so everybody was always recommending this one, and I would wear it over and over and over and over again because I thought like, surely it'll get better. My eyes were irritated every single time I wore it, and finally I just had to give it up. I was like, stop. Hammer time. Stop doing this to yourself. But that's kind of what happened with this one, the Bold Mood. So, you know, definitely that's like a more personal thing. Okay. So that's definitely more of a personal thing. I just wanted to mention it, but also I just didn't, like, if the mascara was like fantastic and it made my lashes like extra crazy and glamorous and beautiful, you know, I would say that part too, but I still just didn't like the mascara regardless. So that's why it's in the fail category. And then the last product that I wanted to mention, I'm super sad I didn't like this one either, man. This is from Tower 28. I feel like so many people love like every single product Tower 28 has out. And while I do like a lot of their products, I like the blushes, I like the bronzers. I tried out this highlight. This is their Super Dew No Shade. It's like a highlighting gloss, like a highlighting balm. I did not like this one at all. I really wanted to because I'm like trying to get more into cream and liquid products and just like trying so hard. One of you called me out in the comment section the other day and was like, every time you say you're not into cream makeup but you happen to be wearing a cream product that day, she's like, you did that with lip glosses too. I was like, yes, you are right, I did do that, didn't I? So I feel like I could be crossing over, but so this was one where I was like, yes, this is gonna be great, and it's gonna make me look like, I was thinking I would have like a really like editorial vibe when I use this one, like gloss on my cheeks, like it's gonna be great. But really, I didn't like it at all. It's really just very sticky. From the moment I first put my finger in it, I was like, I'm definitely like a texture person, I have come to realize, and that I just didn't like off the bat. And when I tapped it in, I was like, okay, looks fine, but it was like lip gloss on my cheeks and my hair would get stuck to it, and it was like, hey everyone, thank you for watching. I mean, it was not going well for me. And then also it appeared to move on my face. Like a few hours after wearing it, I would look and I swear I was like highlighting right here. I was like, what's I don't know if it was just like my hair getting stuck in it and then my hair would like hit down here and then it would move. I don't really know what happened, but unfortunately this product was a pretty big miss for me. I did not like this one at all. All right, moving over to my find section. So I've included this in my makeup monthly for a long time because sometimes there are products that I don't absolutely love them and I'm rushing to tell everyone to get them, but they also didn't fail me. I just thought that they were okay. I have two different products this month. One is a sunscreen. So I got from Sephora a collection. It was like their sun safety kit. So there's a bunch of different sunscreens in there. I've been trying out quite a few of them and trying to review them in my makeup monthly. Well, this one had a full size of the Dr. Dennis Gross Dark Spot Sun Defense Sunscreen, and this is SPF 50. So obviously you have your SPF in there, but it's also supposed to be like a corrector for dark spots. And so I was very curious about that. Trying it out, I think that it's a fine product. It definitely does leave a white cast on me. So a lot of days when I put on my sunscreen in the morning in my AM routine, I'm not really like doing anything. I'm not filming right away. I'm not really, well, I mean, I'm not really going anywhere. So I don't really mind it. But if I were to be doing something or like going somewhere or something, I wouldn't want that white cast on my face because like obviously it just, you know, looks a little strange. I feel like it's done really well though for like obviously like the sun protection. I do take my dogs for walks in the morning and, you know, I always make sure I have my SPF on before I do that. And I think that it's done well for that. But also with like the dark spot, like I've used a lot of this. It's probably like halfway gone. I mean, I'm very liberal when I apply my sunscreen, just trying to make sure that my face is protected and all, my ears, my neck, my hands, everything. And I really didn't notice anything with the dark spots because I do have some dark spots from acne. And when I was using this product, I wasn't really noticing a difference there. I do have a product that I'm going to talk about in my favorite section that I do feel like is making a difference, that I started using quite a bit after I used this one, and that's what I think is actually making the difference, because with this I just didn't really notice anything. Like, do I think it's a fine sunscreen and everything? Yes. My favorite one still right now currently is the First Aid Beauty, their tinted sunscreen. I still really enjoyed that one. If this one didn't leave the white cast, I think I would like it even more, but it's just one that like I don't always love that. So I thought it was fine. It's not necessarily my favorite sunscreen, but it's also not a bad product. It is more expensive because of it's Dr. Dennis Gross and it's a more expensive brand, but I thought it worked well as a sunscreen. And then lastly, the other one that I want to talk about, this is from Maysama. This is their Green Roibos Pressed Serum. And okay, so this is like an antioxidant serum. So I typically use a vitamin C in my morning skincare routine, and this is what I replaced with that because just having an antioxidant serum, I don't need this plus a vitamin C. So this is what I swapped out for a couple months now. I featured this in a haul a while back and I'd already started trying it and was excited to follow up and review it. So this one was sent to me also, and the brand is now sold, like they have a US website now. They used to only have a UK website, I believe, and now they also have a US one for US customers. It's a little bit easier to grab this one. Comes in a pump. I do like the packaging on it, and there's a lot of different benefits to the Roibos serum. I mentioned them in the haul, but I'm definitely going to link the website because it was really interesting for me to learn about it because I didn't know much beforehand. I know that Penn Smith Skincare really likes this serum, so when they reached out and asked if I wanted to try it, I was like, okay, like I love her skincare reviews and I think that she's so knowledgeable, and I thought that this was a really good one. Again, it's not something that I'm like, oh my gosh, this absolutely turned into a favorite of mine, but I used it every single day in my morning routine for several months, and I mean, I didn't notice any negatives to it besides like The only thing that I would say, and it's really not even that deep, is that the serum is more of like a darker brown color, maybe kind of like with a little bit of an orangish tinge. And if I wasn't careful, sometimes I could see that in my brows. Like if I was just, you know, kind of with my skincare in the morning, it was like my brows were like kind of tinted because of that. So over time, when I finally noticed it, I was like, okay, and I was trying to be a little bit more careful. Again, really, that's not that deep. So the serum is good for anti-aging. It does have some properties in there that are good for acne or fighting inflammation, which is something that's important to me because I do have hormonal acne, especially on my chin area. And you know, during the time that I was using it, I felt like it was really helping with those things too. So I really like the serum. I think that it says what it's going to do, and I had a really good time trying it out, so I will definitely link it down below. I think it's an interesting one to research and just see the different benefits from this product also. And another thank you to Maysama for sending this to me because it was fun to try that out. All right, before I jump into my favorites, I do like to do my creator spotlight. I've been doing this for a couple years now in my makeup monthly videos, and it's always one of my favorite parts of this series, which is another reason I'm glad that I'm finally back with another one. But for this month, I wanted to give a shout out to Glam Girl Chelsea. I did mention her when I did my beauty community tag. If you haven't seen that video, it's me giving, I don't even know, it was a lot of different creators. There was a handful of different questions, and I think I did at least 2, if not 3, sometimes 4 different shout outs for each question. So I just recommend a bunch of different channels. But I mentioned Glam Girl Chelsea, and I just said that she is someone who, she really does give off such good vibes and positive vibes. Like whenever you click on one of her videos, she just seems so happy to be doing, to be talking to a camera and talking about the makeup products.
Hey my glam girls, welcome back to my channel. It's Chelsea, and today I am just going to be putting on a whole bunch of new makeup.
I'm so glad I discovered her fairly recently within the last few months here, and it was through a collab video that I found her, and I was so happy that I did because she just makes such fun videos that it just immediately, once I click on them, you just know it's going to be a good time. It's going to feel like you're hanging out with a friend, and she really has this love of makeup that comes through in her videos, and I appreciate that so much. So I'm definitely going to link her YouTube channel down below. Please, if you are not yet subscribed to Glam Girl Chelsea, I hope that you will go check her out. I also started a new thing when I do my makeup monthlies, which I'm going to try to do on a monthly basis. If you go to my actual YouTube channel, like my main YouTube channel where you'll see all my videos, and I can't remember if it's on the right or the left hand side, but when you're on my channel, there's like a sidebar on one of the sides, and it has 9 or 10 different channels that I can put in there, and they're supposed to be like related channels or recommended channels or something like that, but I have the ability to put the channels in there. So for the past several months now, I've been trying to update that monthly. When I do my makeup monthly, that's kind of what reminds me to do it, and I will update it with more new creators. So if you ever want to check that out or see like whose channel that, you know, I would just recommend or want to give a shout out to, you can always check over there. And I share that on my Instagram too when I update them, and I tag all the creators over there. And I just think it's a cool way to, again, be able to keep like kind of spreading the love, because I'm all about community over competition. That's one of my taglines I've been saying for a really long time now, and I love being able to shout out other creators, and that's a way to be able to do it. So you can always check that out. But yeah, please make sure to check out Glam Girl Chelsea, and her links are in my description box. All right, moving over to my beauty favorites from the past few months. I have some eyeshadow palettes to talk about. There's been so many good eyeshadow palettes releasing recently. I do have a ranking video that I posted a couple months back, ranking all of the eyeshadow palettes that I've tried so far in 2020. I will put that one up here in the cards if you want to check that one out and some more in-depth reviews. 2 of these I believe are not available anymore, so let me just get through those, but I still wanted to mention them because I think that they are fantastic. Okay, this one here, this is the Tiny Marvels palette that was a collaboration with one of my friends, Mel Thompson and Sydney Grace. This one I believe is coming back though, so there's that. I just don't think it's available right now at this moment as I'm filming, but this was Mel's palette that she created, and she did such a fantastic job. This palette was so beautiful. I have looks on YouTube, I have looks on Instagram with it, and just highly impressed. Sydney Grace does have some really fantastic eyeshadows. Their formula is so beautiful, and then just the colors that Mel put together, I thought was just fantastic. I had so much fun playing with this palette. It was so easy to use. It was really fun to come up with different color combinations in here, and I'm super happy for Mel because I think that she just did a fantastic job. I love the artwork. It just fantastic palette. Another one is another collaboration. This is with Pure and Raw Beauty Kristi. Again, I think that this well, I think it came back and then it sold out again, and I don't know if it's going to be coming back again, but this was another one that impressed me so much. Don't get excited if it looks like I hit pan. I just broke a shadow. It was very sad. It was a very sad day, but this is the palette that has the two different sides. So you have the neutral side on one, and then you flip it over and you have a colorful side on the other. Again, I have a whole video with this one. So much fun playing with this. I love the dual concept to it. I love just the variety of different shades. It's so much fun for me. I had a great time coming up with looks. Once again, the artwork on this palette, it's just so cool to see these like personal touches on these collaborations, and just supporting really good people here on YouTube is just so very exciting. And I think that Kristi just totally killed it with this release. The quality is so fantastic, and yeah, definitely had to give this one a mention in my favorites. And then the other one, you guys might not be surprised, but this is from Sigma Beauty, and this is the Untamed palette. Honestly, like, I figured that I was going to like this one. I have been really loving the Sigma eyeshadow palettes that they are coming out with recently, but this one, I mean, I love my Coeur de Roses so much, but this is like Coeur de Roses, like daytime, like let's be cute and stuff, and then this one is like bam, let's do something at night. And I'm like,
Okay, let's do that.
once again, I've just been having such a good time with the colors in here. This one definitely screams a little bit more fall to me. I'm liking this one so much, and this one makes me feel I would say that about all three of these palettes that I'm mentioning, and I think that's why I just really want to spotlight them as favorites, is because I say it a lot, I'm not always the most visual person in my mind. It's hard for me to create concepts and makeup looks. It's just hard. It's harder for me to visualize. I can get there sometimes, but it doesn't come very easily for me. But something about these three I just feel so inspired by, and when I look at this one, I'm like, I have so many different ideas that I want to do. I did a look on my Instagram where I used this blue and then I mixed it with these shades and created like a purple eye look. I mean, it was just like, what am I even doing over here? Like, I don't even know who I was that day, okay? And I really enjoy it. You still have some more, you know, neutrals or lighter colors a little bit more towards this side, but then some of the darker ones, and I feel like I'm gonna really like this one for fall. So impressed with this. I like that it comes with a double-ended brush. I am an affiliate with Sigma. These three palettes that I'm mentioning, I did all receive in PR, and with Sigma, I am an affiliate with them, and my discount code is Samantha if you're interested in that one or any of the other makeup or brushes that they have. But definitely wanted to spotlight those three palettes. I also wanted to mention a foundation. You might not be surprised to see the ColourPop Pretty Fresh Hyaluronic Hydrating Foundation. I am kind of shocked though, because I didn't expect to enjoy this one. Like, I really didn't. I didn't buy it right away on the release, but then a lot of people were saying how much they liked it, so I was like, all right, I'm gonna buy it. The day that I was picking out shades on Ulta and trying to figure out what to do, my friend Amanda, or Makeup Just for Fun, we were having a Zoom date. Love our Zoom dates. And she said how she had received the full line from ColourPop to be able to show swatches, and that she, you know, pick out a couple of shades and she would send them my way. And I was like, oh, score. So thank you so much to Amanda. And I'm loving it. I'm super surprised. I didn't expect that I would, but this is a really, really nice foundation. It's more of a medium coverage. It's still really natural looking. It feels so lightweight. I've been wearing it quite a bit over the past, month or so here. Been wearing it in the heat and the humidity in Iowa. It's not the heat, it's the humidity. And it's holding up so well. I'm super impressed with this one. I would highly recommend it. I feel like I've been raving about it so much, so I don't want to spend too much time on it, but honestly, so good. And then some brushes. I really wanted to spotlight BK Beauty brushes. These brushes are so nice. I just wanted to give them another shout out too, because one of my friends here on YouTube was able to create her own favorites bundle with BK Beauty, and that is Britt Clark. That is still available now on the BK Beauty website. She actually had it extended, I think it's going to be through September, which is so exciting. So she has her own bundle that she put together there. I ordered it. I was hoping to have it in by the time that I filmed this video, but I haven't received it yet. But I'm really excited to get it, even though I have all the BK Beauty brushes, and I know that I said that I'm trying not to purchase brush sets as much, but you know, it's a friend of mine. I really want to support the collaboration. I love BK Beauty as a brand. I've been able to interview the owner, which is Lisa J Makeup. I interviewed her for my podcast, which is Stirred Inspired. It was really fun to hear more about the company and why she started it, and you know, her reasoning behind it and where they're hoping to go. And then to see them collaborate with Brit, I thought was such a cool thing. So I really wanted to spotlight that for a moment. And these are just fantastic quality brushes. But I highly recommend that you check out BK Beauty brushes. If you haven't yet, they have different bundles. Along with Brit's bundles, they have other bundles, or you can buy them separately. They have a sponge, which is really nice also. Do really like the sponge, and of course I'll have them linked down below. All right, I'm gonna finish off my favorites with some skincare. I feel like I've been trying some balm skincare recently, and I'm really excited to share these with you. So when I was talking about the Dr. Dennis Gross, I'm already excited, sunscreen earlier, and I mentioned that I was trying another product that I feel like has helped with discoloration. This one is a new product from Good Molecules. It's their Discoloration Correcting Serum. Okay, so I've been using this for a while now. I kind of just either use it in the AM or PM. It says that you can use it in both. Yeah, it says AM or PM. So I just kind of use it like where I see fit. And what has really impressed me is that I have had a spot below this eyebrow for a while. I had a really crazy bad break. It was like super weird right up here by my eyebrow, and I've always had that red mark left over from it, and it's not in the like worst place ever, but it still is kind of frustrating. I'm like, oh, I just wish I could get rid of it. It's pretty much gone. Like, it's pretty much faded. And then I have a spot like kind of right here on my chin. I have the new Nars foundation on today, and it's pretty full coverage, so I don't think that you can see it, but I have a spot here. I had a horrible breakout that happened right after I started wearing masks more frequently, and just such a bad breakout. And now that the breakout's gone, I still have that pigmentation left over from it, and that one really does bother me because I just feel like it's so like boom prominent, and I don't like it. It is finally starting to fade once I started using this. Not like I mentioned with the Dr. Dennis Gross, like nothing else was really like fading that until I started using this, and I feel like that is what's really helping it, and I'm so glad that I'm finally seeing an improvement on it. It's just a lightweight serum, and I think that's really nice. Let me see. It says it's going to target hyperpigmentation and promote an even skin tone. Good Molecules is available at Beauty List, and they're more affordable, which I think is great. I like a lot of their products, and I'm really impressed with that one. Also, I've been trying out the Farmacy Beauty skincare line recently, and I am so impressed. So they sent me a couple products, and then I've been purchasing more on my own because I'm like, what the heck? Like, this is such a nice brand. I was talking about one of their newer products, and this is the Honeymoon Glow. It's an AHA resurfacing night serum. I talked about this, and they reached out to me afterwards and said they would send me a couple products, and this was one of them that they sent me. I have not found anything that I like better than my Drunk Elephant night serum at this point. It's a $90 serum, which this one I believe still retails for $58, which is still really expensive. But I have been using that night serum from Drunk Elephant for years, and I just have not been able to find anything that I think works as well on my skin. I just notice a difference when I use the one from Drunk Elephant. That's why I've recommended it, and that's why I continue to use it. This has replaced it. This has replaced it, and I am kind of shocked by that. I will say with this one, I do think it's gentler than the Drunk Elephant. The first night that I used it, maybe I noticed like a very slight tingle, but not really much, and I think the only reason that I noticed it is because I was kind of more aware of it. Like, I was trying to be aware of it. I have more sensitive skin, so like I did the patch test on me and everything, and I was like, oh, let's just see. I don't want it to be too much for me, but it really wasn't. So as someone with sensitive skin, I actually I do appreciate that it's still working and it's still doing its job, but I kind of don't have the tingles with it. I like that. So this says it's a powerful multi-correctional night serum that resurfaces skin for a smoother, youthful looking, glowing complexion. It's formulated with a 14% AHA BHA flower acids to exfoliate and a proprietary honey blend to hydrate. I use this not quite every night. There's a few nights where I use like an oil overnight with a moisturizer to kind of help my dry skin, but I use this most nights, and my skin really has been looking so well. I'm so crazy impressed with this product. I highly recommend it. This is one that I would repurchase when I will repurchase when I run out of that one, because I love it. Another product, I mean, honestly, I really do like just a lot from Farmacy, but this is another standout to me. This is their Honey Potion Renewing Antioxidant Hydration Mask. Oh, okay. So it looks like so. I will say it's a little bit sticky. It comes with like a little paddle. This is a magnetic top. I can see it on the ground, but it just comes with like a little thing. I've done multiple Instagram tutorials with it now because I just enjoy this one so much, but it's supposed to be really good for hydration. So I have been leaning on this mask a lot on days where I am wearing my mask a lot. If I'm gone, if I go to the next town and like doing shopping and errands or going to the doctors or anything like that, and I've been wearing my mask for a long time, I just feel so dried out, especially obviously from here down, and I want something that's more hydrating, and this mask is so nice. Again, it is a little bit sticky, but when you put it on and start to rub it in, it's warming and it feels nice. Again, I did a patch test with it because when I first shared that I got it, someone said that they had a reaction to it and it like burnt them and everything. So usually when I do a patch test, I'll just put a little bit, usually right in this area, just to see if my skin has any sort of reaction to it. It didn't. The first time I used it, I didn't notice a reaction. I just saw like beautiful, more hydrated looking skin, and I was like, what? Okay. And I use this, I mean, I'm gonna say faithfully at least twice a week. Like, I honestly want to use it every single night. I know that I don't need it, but again, especially on those days where I'm feeling really dried out from wearing my mask, boom, I'm using this. But really, their oil, I've bought their cleanser recently. I think that's a really nice product. Their Green Clean is a really good makeup remover. I'm so mad that I was sleeping on this line because they are great. Lastly, just another skincare line in general that I wanted to shout out is the Inkey List. A lot of people have been recommending the Inkey List to me for a while. I've seen a lot of other skincare influencers talking about them. They're a more affordable brand at Sephora. They kind of make me think of like The Ordinary or Good Molecules, but I was like, all right, let's try it out and see what I think. So the first product that I grabbed was their Salicylic Acid Cleanser, and this is to help reduce blackheads and breakouts. And I do struggle with hormonal acne, and then, you know, especially with adding in wearing a mask, breakouts can be popping up, which is super fun. So I typically will use this in the AM, and I've been really impressed with it. I do, like, it does have a smell to it, and at first I wasn't sure if I absolutely loved it because it's one of those that isn't a, it lathers a little bit, but sometimes I felt like it was a little bit too, like I was tugging too much on my skin. It reminded me a little bit of the Youth to the People cleanser, but the more that I've used it, and I'm now, I mean, I'm probably about halfway gone with it, I can tell that I'm starting to like it more, and that over time I feel like my skin is just continually shown improvement. So I'm really happy with that, and especially for the price in this larger bottle that you get, which is 5 fluid ounces. I think this was like $9.99 or $10.99. I was like, okay, that's nice. And then I also purchased the Q10. This was on some recommendations when I asked on Instagram what I should grab from Sephora. So this is the one that I decided to grab. So I've been using it for a while. This one, to me, I was a little bit surprised at how smaller it was, and just with the packaging, I feel like it's really hard to manipulate how much product I want to come out. It just, like, when you press, like, product comes out, that's what's gonna happen. Like, that's how much product you're gonna get, and I have a really hard time getting the bottle to go back into shape, so that's why it kind of looks a little funny. So this one retailed for $6.99, and to read a little bit about it, it's a powerful antioxidant and anti-aging serum, works to both protect and prevent accelerated signs of aging while hydrating. So this is what I put into my AM routine after I was using the Maysama the serum that I mentioned, because again, this is another antioxidant, so that's what I put into my AM routine. I really do like it though. Like, again, it's another lightweight serum. I feel like it sinks in pretty quickly. My skin looks nice after I've been using it, and yeah, so that's another one that I've been really enjoying. But also, I picked up recently, I just got this one just a couple weeks ago, so this isn't like a full review, but again, I'm just kind of mentioning the brand and then some of the products that I've tried. But this is the polyglutamic acid. It's supposed to help block in moisture. So this, it kind of reminded me a little bit of like hyaluronic acid, but it says it actually holds 4 times more moisture than hyaluronic acid. It's a super hydrator. It creates a thin, breathable film on the surface of the skin, locking in moisture while plumping, reducing the appearance of fine lines, brightening and evening the skin tone. And they also said it could make a good base for makeup, which I will say, like, when I put this one on, it almost just does feel like almost a little bit tacky. It's not overly anything. It's not like really sticky, but if you were like in a pinch or something, I think that you could actually use this as a base before you put the makeup on. I was seeing some people, I follow a lot of skincare influencers on TikTok, and a lot of people were mentioning this one. I was like, all right, I'm gonna go ahead and try it out. This one did retail for $14.99, and again, it has the pump on it. So again, this one is my newest product, but as someone who can be a little bit more drier at times, I like the idea of having something that's really gonna hold in moisture. And I will say hyaluronic acid hasn't always been my favorite skincare product. You really wanna make sure that you have damp skin when you're using it. And again, I do make sure that my skin is damp when I use this also. A lot of skincare products do actually work better on damp skin instead of applying a product and really making sure your face is dry before you go in with the next one. There's a lot of ingredients that work better or just work in the way that they say that they're supposed to if your skin is damp. And hyaluronic acid, and I want to love it so much because I feel like it's in so many ingredients and it's in makeup and it's talked about, but I wasn't always the biggest fan. So this was like kind of along those same lines, but a different ingredient. I thought I could try it out. So far, I'm really liking this one. So that is good, but I'm just impressed with the Inkey List. They have a lot of different products that really kind of target certain areas. They're a more affordable price point, yet they're also accessible. And yeah, I just wanted to give them a shout out because I've been really enjoying trying some of their products. That is it though for my beauty favorites. I know that's always a lot to get through, but if you do want to hear about some book reviews, again, I have 3 5-star books that I have reviewed recently, but this is where you end. I totally understand. I thank you so much for watching. I will try so hard to be back with another one of these next month. But let's hop into some book reviews. Alright, so I like to include my book reviews at the end. I'm also a book blogger. My blog is chickletplus.com. I do a bunch of book reviews over there, and I just like to spotlight my top favorites in the end of these videos. So I have 3 different ones. I'm just kind of trying to follow up from the last Makeup Monthly that I did. So I'll try to get through these quickly, but the first one is Darling Rose Gold, and this is by Stephanie Wrobel. This book is a little bit more on the disturbing side because it does include child abuse, but it's based on a true story, but it is where a mother basically fakes illnesses with her daughter, and you know, they get a lot of attention for it, and they get, you know, money and support from their community, but she's actually been faking her daughter's illnesses, but also actually convincing her own daughter that she is sick. And so it's very dark and twisted in that way. But even as I was reading it and something kept niggling at me and I was like, oh my gosh, this is actually based on a true story, I think that's what kind of makes the whole thing even sadder. But the mother does end up, you know, getting caught, goes to court, goes to jail. But when she gets out, her daughter actually takes her back in. But then some things happen. The daughter has some stuff planned for the mom has some stuff planned for the daughter, and there is a pretty crazy twist in there that I did not see coming, that I almost dropped my spoon while I was eating while reading a book, because that's what I do. I don't want to say anything more to give it away, but if you like kind of these more suspense style books, Darling Rose Gold is definitely a good one. Another one that I read that I gave 5 stars to is Mom Jeans, and this is by Hilary Grossman. Hilary Grossman has been a friend of mine in the book world for such a long time. I'm also a self-published author of 8. I've worked at publishing companies, and I've done some work with Hilary Grossman when I was running my own marketing company for books, and we also worked together at a publishing company, and she's just been one of my friends for a while. She has some really fantastic books, and Mom Jeans was so much fun to read. It's more on that kind of like mom lit style, but it's about a group of PTA moms, and you know, you might think that that sounds like everyone's like really nice to each other and they're all friends, but oh no, that's not really the way it works in these books. So we actually first meet these characters in Go On Girl, and I highly recommend that you read that book also. You don't like, I wouldn't say that you have to read Go On Girl in order to read Mom Jeans, but it kind of will give you a better idea of the characters and kind of how they come into play. But it's just a lot of fun. It's about friendship. It's, you know, we got the romances in there, we got the issues with the kids going on. There's just a lot happening, and it's just more of a lighthearted chick lit women's fiction read, but I definitely definitely recommend Hilary Grossman. And then I also give a 5-star review to Best Behavior, and this is by Wendy Francis. Wendy Francis is such a fantastic author. I highly recommend her books. I think that she just writes some really incredible women's fiction. I was actually able to interview Hilary and Wendy for my Start Inspired podcast also, and it was really fun to talk with both of them. But in Best Behavior, I thought this was a really fantastic book. It's about a blended family coming together for graduation of a brother and sister. So we actually get quite a few different point of views, from the mom to her ex-husband to her now husband to the 2 kids who are graduating, from her ex-husband girlfriend who is involved in there. So there's a lot of different point of views that we get, but it made it more interesting because I felt like I could kind of understand everybody a little bit more. The main character is Meredith, and that's who we get the most from, but it was still nice to have those other point of views. And it was just a really, I felt like a very timely book in the sense of like what college kids go through and what they struggle with. And there was a lot of, you know, eye-opening moments in the book for me, but also about what it means as coming together as a blended family and kind of like this modern family and how to make it work. And I just really enjoy Wendy's writing. Again, if you are a fan of women's fiction, she writes some really great stuff too, and I definitely recommend that you check out Best Behavior. But those are the 3 books that I have given a 5-star review to recently. I have a ton of other book reviews on my blog though, so if you love to read and if you're looking for recommendations, you can definitely check that out. I will have all of these linked down below, and there are links to Amazon if you're interested in reading any of these. Other than that though, that is it. That is going to wrap it up for my makeup monthly. I'm so glad to be back with this series. I hope that you guys enjoyed it. If you did, make sure to give this one a thumbs up. I hope you'll also consider subscribing before you go, and I will see you in my next video.